Here's Aquila enjoying the sun. You see, open up her eye as soon as I said her name. So we just kept the water running for her all night. Again, that comes out of the ground about 72 degrees, and as the temperatures get down in the 40s, the water will stay 72, so they stay in the water and they're good to go. And then first light, she's out here basking, immediately enjoying herself. Here's Angelus, he's out basking as well. And then next door we've got Cadmus and Lyra, who are also basking, enjoying the sun. My camera is having a hard time. And here's TikTok, the Morlitz crocodile. So she's the only one still in the water, not out basking. I guess she's comfortable in there. Hanging out with Lola a little bit. Since it's cool out and I can wear my jacket so I don't get all scratched. I don't really like to come in here at the Coatis until it's cold. Now we can wear a jacket. Oh, she's already over it. You gonna jump? Yep, you gonna jump. You gonna jump? No? No jumping? You gonna jump? You want to inspect? Yeah. Come here, Lily. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hmm? It's the cold, wet nose just probing the back of your neck and into your ear and everywhere else you could possibly get.
Don't look so terrified.
No, I'm not terrified. It's wet and cold and in your neck.
She loves you.
No, I want her to just be cuddly with me and stop searching for things to steal. That's what she's doing.
She says, let me in those pockets.
Look at it. She's like Velcro on me.
Let me in those pockets.
Go ahead. There's nothing in there. So before I come in here, I empty everything out of my pockets because they are little kleptos. They will try to steal whatever you might have. And if you don't let them steal it, then they bite you. Okay? So I have to be very careful whenever I come in here to just empty everything out because she's going to do this and just inspect everywhere. And so this is Lola, and she is the original Coati that joined us first. Are you number one? Are you number one? Yeah? Now, she, interestingly, so she's the first one that we got. And then after, you know, she was a former pet. And then her former owner is friends or family with the people who own the other three, right? Whoop, careful. And so the other three are siblings of Lola. So Lola is related to them all, but they went to separate houses. So Lola didn't grow up with them. Those three grew up together. And so now, and you know, Lola's former mom saw, you know, this awesome enclosure and how good of care we're taking care of them, and told the other person who owned those three, hey, they're doing a really amazing job. You know, if you're trying to find a home for yours, so they ended up here with us too. So then we ended up with all four of those ones, which are siblings. But because Lola didn't grow up with the other three, they're not bonded at all. And then in that time, we also caught Lily, who is the one that was just running around wild over in the Gainesville area. And so she definitely came from a bad background. She had a claw grown full circle back into her paw. She was like pacing a lot. She's not nice. She will straight up attack you. So
you gotta stop saying running around wild.
Why?
Because people are like, oh, so you just caught her? Like, you gotta stress hard that it is an escaped or a released pet. She was not running around wild. She was a pet.
Well, yeah, she escaped and then was running around wild.
I know, but when you say that, people get upset and they're like, oh, so you just caught a wild animal to keep it?
Oh, well, people are stupid.
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
that's why
I
you
can't
gotta
fix that.
That's why you gotta spell it out.
No, I don't. Some people are just dumb, and I'm not reaching those ones. Sorry. That's how it works. Anyways, she was escaped or released from somebody and was running around wild after that. And then we caught her. They're not native to the area, obviously. These guys are native to Central and South America. They can also be found in, New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas. Either way, what I was trying to go for with all that stuff is just saying that because she didn't bond with the other three that are actually her blood, when we got Lily, when we caught her and put her in there, Lily and Lola actually bonded together, which is really interesting. Yeah, which I'm happy for them, especially for Lily, because she's very socially awkward. She doesn't seem like she really knows how to be a Coati. I'm assuming she was in solitary wherever she was kept beforehand.
Does that mean that Petrie was flying around wild and Harvey was digging around wild?
Yes, they were. After
And
they
Theodore
escaped.
was trudging around wild?
Yes. Well, yes. I don't understand the difference of semantics here. Once an animal is no longer in captive care, it's wild. And, especially if it's been out there for months or whatever. Yeah, it's running around wild. Anyways, Gabby.
You're funny.
What I'm trying to get at is that that's why I only have Lola out right now. Because Lola is bonded with Lily. Lily will attack me. So I have to have Lily in the lockout, but I can't let the other ones out at the same time as Lola because they will bully her. And then I can't have any interaction with Lola at all. So, and Lola was our first one, and she seems like she really enjoys my company or the company of men more than women. She's tried to attack Gabby a couple of times.
Yeah.
But either way, so that's why I only have the one out right now. So if we want to interact with any of them, we have to be very selective about it. So if I want to let out the other three, then, I wouldn't have Lola out because they're just going to chase her away and then she doesn't get any interaction. And then Lily just will attack you, so she doesn't get any free interaction. We'll interact with her through the fence.
And she still tries to attack us.
And she still tries to attack you through the fence, She's way better than she was when we first caught her, though. She's much, much better. Grabbing some over here. Are you causing trouble?
Always.
Are you causing
Always,
trouble?
Lola Bean.
Are you causing trouble? You being a troublemaker? Yeah. But they're they're really cute, but they're kind of scary animals.
They are really
Because they
scary.
switch real fast. So I'm always very cautious with her. She hasn't attacked me, but it's still pretty sketchy. Because it's such a quick switch where oh, I'm happy, I'm sniffing, we're petting, everything's going great, and then something will upset her, or she thinks you're trying to take something from her. That's what happens often when she finds something you forgot in your pockets, and then she's trying to steal it, and then if she thinks you're trying to prevent her from taking it, she'll attack you. And they've got some serious teeth in there and very strong claws, and as you saw a moment ago when she was on me, they stick to you like Velcro. I mean, you can't really get them off because their back feet, the way the ankles turn around and they grip so well. That's one of the big differences between them and raccoons. They're closely related to raccoons, and obviously they look different, but functionality-wise, a big difference I would say is just the way that their feet and their claws work, because these things their claws are so sharp and so strong. Raccoons seem like they have more little hands, And I know raccoons are strong too, but it's different with these guys because they have I don't know, there's, raccoons little cute hands. These things are they just grip onto everything.
I know. Oh, go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead.
What were you saying?
I was just going to say, you want to know what's crazy? When I was in high school, I wanted one so badly. When I was living in New York, it was my dream animal. I wanted a kinkajou and I wanted a coati. And now I would never choose to have either. No, I actually love the coatis. They're just so smart and so fun. But people don't realize how dangerous they are. And if you ask any coati owner, I'm sure they can vouch. They switch quick.
Yeah, I don't even try to pick her up. I can, I've done it, but just that right there, I try to kind of get her to come on to me, but I don't try to grab a hold of her and pick her up or anything. Just they switch so fast.
I think they are 2 years old now too, so we're going into maturity.
Oh, that's fun.
But they've been pretty good though.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we're not fully mature yet, right? So that'll be interesting as well. And then one other thing I just wanted to say about them is in Florida, they are a class 3 animal, which I think is ridiculous for how like potentially dangerous they are. Class 3 is the lowest level. A class 3 permit is just $50. You send it in, you get your permit. You don't have to actually prove anything or do anything. Like for my alligators, that's a class 2. The crocs are a class 1. For both of those, I have to do separate hours, 1,000 hours of experience documented under a permit holder, and then have very strict requirements on caging and etc. But for these things, like, it's a $50 permit. You just send it in, no big deal. And then you got one of these things. It's like a raccoon on steroids. Like, they're so curious, they're so intelligent. You know, we created this massive enclosure for them. This enclosure is bigger than what a lot of people keep like their big cats in. You know, we know people with like tigers and panthers that keep them in smaller stuff than what we keep our coatis in. So I think that they require a lot of space. They use this entire space too. And they love climbing everything.
In Florida, the minimum for them, I think, is 8 by 8 by 6, which is like,
that's torture.
That's borderline abuse. I mean, that is.
Yeah, I think that's horrible. So I just want to kind of make a note on that about like regulations. Florida regulations on animals, a lot of people think are extreme, and in some ways, some of them are. Florida has had to respond to having more invasive species than any other state, really, so they have gotten really strict about it. But even so, I think like for these things, that should not be a class 3 animal. You know, they're as dangerous as they are and as much space as they need. I just think it's a really bad idea.
Oh, how stupid is it that we go from class 3 with no requirements and then class 2, 1,000 hours for everything? Like, talk about two extremes, you know? Like, where did the 1,000 hours of documented experience come from? Like, that's insane. That's like crazy, you know?
Yeah, I think that.
That's another extreme. So we need to find a happy medium, you know?
Yeah. I just think that these things, like, they're so strong. I guess what I was trying to go towards there is I'm surprised they're not invasive, is what I was really trying to go towards. They're so strong and they're so smart and they can be so aggressive, and we already caught that one, that like I am really surprised they're not invasive.
And how many more since we responded to Lily have we seen on like the Nextdoor app? At least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3 coatis.
So I mean, I could absolutely see them becoming an invasive species in Florida. I think the only reason they're not is probably because the pet trade demand is not that high. Most people don't know what they are or that they even exist. So like the demand isn't there just out of sheer ignorance of the species. But if they had the chance, or if they were more prevalent in the pet trade, I think they would absolutely be invasive in Florida. You gonna go in my boot? Yep, look at that. Oh my goodness, you guys. What are you doing, Coco? You pulling on my pants? Poppy's trying to climb me like a tree. What are you guys doing? I'm not your personal jungle gym. I think they like my jacket. What are you doing, Coco? What are you doing, Coco? Yeah, look at them. They love my jacket. I have it tied around my waist. Yep, sounds like we had delivery. Hi. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, you're very talkative, huh? You're very talkative. Yeah, what are you saying, Coco? What are you saying, Coco? Oh, you're very talkative. Poppy's like all up in my jacket. So fluffy in the sun. Here's Bella. And Big Mac is actually underwater over here. You see that big shadow down there? So that's him sitting on the bottom. Oh, there's a frog. There's a couple frogs. So yeah, it's pretty green. Like I was saying in the last vlog that all the cold weather prep definitely slowed down my plans of cleaning, and so a lot more algae. I mean, it's not even dirty, it's just algae. It's not a big deal, but I do like to have them nice and clean. Hi, Bella. So as far as these guys go, for the cold, they're perfectly fine. Alligators range as far north as North Carolina, and they will have times where the pond can freeze over and the nose will stick up out of the ice. It's really crazy. Definitely look it up if you want to see what I'm talking about. There's photos and videos showing it, but yeah, it's really, really cool. So they're the most cold tolerant crocodilian, so no problem for them with the cold. The crocs are the ones that we do have to worry about. They are much more susceptible to cold, and they can even be killed by it. So that's why we have to keep the water running on them as the temperatures drop. Alright, so we just came over to check on the redfoots, and they're all doing okay in there. We got a little temp gun, and we've been checking everything. Oh, Carla! What are you? Oh, it says you are 80 degrees on your back. 84. But yeah, so we've been checking everything with this. I hope these things are accurate. I don't know if I trust these things, to be honest with you, but it feels okay in there. It's a little chillier than what I would want, but there's only one sweeter heater, so we need more heating in there, but it's definitely enough for them. So redfoot shouldn't be below 55, and that right there is reading 65 in there. And last night, it did get down pretty cold. So, they're okay. I would like it to be warmer though. So we're gonna have to add some more heating in there. This is our first time using this tortoise house. We just had it built, so this winter, I'm feeling better than last winter.
I also want to talk about like a lot of the old school people, and I believe them. They say that tortoises are a lot more cold tolerant than we give them credit for. And I do believe that, but we just want the animals to be comfortable. It's not like they're gonna die if it's 40 degrees, but they can get respiratory infections and it leads to other problems. So we just want them warm. I would like it to stay 80 in there.
Yeah, like with the crocs, okay, with the Nile crocs. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, when I was in Botswana, it was 40 degrees. It was below 40 some of the mornings I was there watching Nile crocodiles in the wild active. And then I look it up online, and I'm like double checking everything. Even things I know, I always double check online to be like, is that correct? Like I always want to make sure. And I look online, it says they shouldn't be below like
70.
Yeah, it was something. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, no, I've seen those things in the wild in Africa, and it's below 40. It was in like the upper 30s. It was so cold there when I was there, and they were chilling.
We can definitely, me and you could probably sleep outside with the jacket when it's 30 degrees out, and we probably won't get hypothermia, but it's gonna be miserable.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's what we're kind of going. You're bouncing between like what can they actually tolerate, and then like what's comfortable. And obviously, we're gonna try to make things as comfortable as we can for all the animals. But then you're also just trying to figure out like tarping all the birds, and like
it's not sustainable.
It is such a pain, and putting all that stuff up and getting it all set up is like so obnoxious. And then we talk to other people, and like, oh, I just leave mine out when it snows, and I'm like, so what? Like we have people like, oh, I have macaws. It snows, and I just leave them. I don't do literally anything for them.
Too, yeah.
And I'm like, well, here I am, like, killing myself on a ladder for 6 hours yesterday, trying to tarp everything, heat everything, and I'm sure the birds are happier for it. But it's like you're bounced between like people saying they leave their birds in full-on snow, and then us when it's like it's 40 degrees and we're tarping and heat lamps and everything. So.
And then other people won't let it get below 70 for their birds. So.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to have to do is we're not taking any more or many more birds because of the winter. I want to do a nice heated finished shed, I think, and they just live inside.
Everybody comments and they're always like, well, why don't you just make it where it automatically lowers and raises the tarps on the edges? And I'm like, yes, do it for me. How do you think I'm going to do that? That's what all the comments are always like, well, why don't you just make a system where it does that? Do I look like an engineer?
I love when people offer things that like don't exist.
Yeah, just make a system that does that. Like,
how?
I'm an alligator wrestler. You think I'm an electrical engineer and can hook that system up? Like,
Maybe
if somebody
Elon-
wants to help us with that, absolutely. I think that would be a great idea.
Maybe Elon
But-
Musk will volunteer his time. And...
There we go. But yeah, I'm just like, I would love to do that, but that is so beyond my abilities. And like, it would be cool to do a complete custom tarp system that moves everything and blah, blah, blah. And if someone wants to help us out with that, absolutely. But that is so beyond our capabilities. So they're starting to come up. They're starting to wake up a little bit. Got the top open, got the door open, so now they can come out and go bask in the sun if they want to. Oh, hi, big girl. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi, baby. So we brought her in last night just so she would be comfortable. Obviously, she's a native owl. All the native owls sat in trees, freezing their feathers off last night, but, you know, we had the option to bring her in, so we did. Now we'll put her back out here. You want to sit in the sun? Look at that.
Graceful. You got her eye drop?
Yes.
Close it. She's very offended that we brought her inside.
She is. Gotta get you an eye drop.
Beautiful. And that is for her glaucoma. You can see on this eye. It's a little cloudy. So we'll give her the chance to warm up a little bit. And we'll probably end up, when it gets really cold, just tarping her and doing a sweeter heater like against the wall here. This is where she likes to hang out. So she'll have, you know, like, will be shielded from the wind, and she'll have that sweeter heater that she can snuggle up against.
All right, so this is the new Fox box, and we're just orienting the heating pad where we want it right now. So we're gonna put it right here, and then put a hole right through there to run the wire out of. And we have a little opening right there. They can go in and out.
And I ordered 2 more heating pads that should be here hopefully in the next few days. So.
Okay, so I'll probably put another one against that wall there.
Yep. And that's our Fox box.
Yeah, are we gonna put anything else in here with them?
Maybe blankets. Yeah, blankets or something.
Blankets, yeah.
We gotta take the whole door off.
Yeah, and this thing fits really nice and snug.
And it's insulated, so perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. Hi, Summer. Hi, pretty girl. Oh, here's Echo. If you're wondering what the emus do in the cold, nothing. They can handle snow. It's pretty crazy. They are well adapted for extreme temperatures, so they can handle snow and they can handle the hot desert. Like, it's really cool how wide of a range of temperature extremes they can actually tolerate. So for these guys, we didn't have to do anything. They're just hanging out. Got some more pumpkin for these guys. Oh, if all the goats will get out of the way. Julie's over there, tearing apart that piece. We got Daisy right here. Oh, well, Daisy was there. Julie's taking over. All the goats are all up on me, very expectant. Got nothing for you. Have some pumpkin. Oh, the pigs are enjoying it. Oh man. Daisy just ran right into me to get to over there. Yes, Kit Kat, can I help you? Daisy was running with that chunk of pumpkin. Oh, here comes Petunia. Julie! Julie! Oh, she's chowing down. Well, you guys came over. Got some pellets for you. You sit? You got a pumpkin in your mouth. There you go. You want some Daisy? Oh, Daisy. Nice cute little piggy Daisy. Yeah, she's still out there. Julie! Yep, she's standing on it, ripping it apart. Oh, hey, I'm glad she likes the pumpkin. Petunia, you still chewing? Daisy. So cute. Hi, Petunia. Hi, Petunia. You want that? No, eat it off the ground. Oh, here's Kit Kat. Oh, here's Kit Kat. Ah, look at that. Going back for the pumpkin. Look how small Petunia is next to Daisy. Or Julie. Here she comes. Look at those floppy ears. Julie! Oh, the good pig, Julie. You sit? You sit, Julie? Oh, there's a good pig. Daisy's like, I'm sitting so hard over here. Julie, you sit? Good girl. There's a little piggy's enjoying some of that pumpkin too. Yeah, they're excited. Alright, so we got the Fenix back out. Got their box set up and plugged in for them. Hopefully they will check it out today, start to get acclimated with it. I don't know where the other one went, probably over there. But yeah, once they get acclimated with the box, hopefully they'll go in it tonight and actually be warm.
She found something over there.
Did she?
What is that, a mouse?
What do you got? Oh, she got something. Yay! Success. That's good. Now I just gotta get the other one to go in there.
I think she will. Jet.
Now we're gonna feed the Coatis. They're so cute. So they've got a bunch of stuff. They got persimmon, banana, strawberry, watermelon, scrambled eggs, some grapes, and some freeze-dried raw chicken, some freeze-dried chicken hearts, 2 different kinds of melon, whole bunch of good food for them. Here's the Patagonian Mars. Timothy, always stealing the bowl over there. Here's Topanga. They're happy little things, munching down. They seem like they did all right through the night. Although I don't think they even went into their little house back there. Got a nice little house full of hay in there, and I don't think they use it. Well, maybe they do, because the hay came out everywhere, so I don't know if they actually stay in there or they just rip it out. But either way, they're doing good. And they're cute little critters. Here's Hazel enjoying her food. And we got Shippo back up there. I don't know if he got fat or if it's his winter coat. He looks huge. I think it's just his coat is so thick, because he didn't seem like he was gaining weight, really. But he looks gigantic. Look at her coat, too. Looking so pretty. And here's Yue. Also looking gorgeous with her winter coat. And Kira. Oh, she was in the log. There you go. They look so pretty with those coats. But, of course, they look so pretty with the coats on them, not on people. If you didn't know, these guys came from a fur farm in Iowa, and so they were brought to us by Savo Fox. They did a buyout of the fur farm, but they bought out 500 of these foxes that were kept in absolutely abusive, horrific conditions in little tiny wire cages, never actually touching the ground, never touching dirt, no cover from the elements, just horrific conditions. And it's animal cruelty, it's animal abuse, but it's illegal because they're labeled as agriculture, which is just really horrible. So they just breed them in there just to kill them for their fur coats. And these are all red foxes, even though obviously you can see Yue is not red, but that is the species she is a red fox. But they are inbred to create all these different kind of color morphs to create different colored fur for fur products. And all that inbreeding to create these colors also leads to all sorts of health complications with the animals as well. So we don't expect them to have very long lives, you know, unfortunately. It is very sad. But definitely longer here than they would there. It's just really horrific. So imagine living your entire life knowing nothing but these little tiny wire cages and sometimes the foxes kill and eat each other in there. They cannibalize each other. It's just really awful, horrible stuff. And then just to be killed for your fur. And not even killed with dignity. They put an electrode up their butt to electrocute them and kill them so it doesn't damage the fur. Like, what a horrific existence. And totally legal and ongoing in the United States. So it's very depressing, but I do try to remind people that this kind of stuff does exist. You know, when we show our foxes, I probably say it at least once a month, just so people are aware of it. Don't support, you know, fur products. Don't buy anything with fox fur, because that is what you would be supporting. And then here's Little Dude, the African crested porcupine, eating his food. He did very well through the night in the cold. You know, we put him into his little lockout over there, and he's got a heater, and closed him up for the night, and then opened it up this morning and let him out. And he seemed perfectly happy and fine. Chowing down. So now we're in the small parrot aviary that's all tarped up for them. Giving them fresh food and water. And look at this little one. You were fearless, huh? Most of them... Oh, look at them. Now they're coming over. Most of them try to fly away and avoid me, but got a couple brave ones. They eat right out of the bowl as I hold it. Oh, there we go. We got more now. We got Maverick on my shoulder, and then Tango on my other shoulder. So they've always been friendly ones, but most of the budgies try to avoid. But look at this. They're warming up. Oh yeah? You preening me? So Gabby is inside the tortoise house. Just counting and making sure everybody's still in here.
2 here, 3, 4, 5. It looks like someone is there. Yes. 2 here.
Yeah?
6, 7, 8 right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
I'm glad I'm tall, guys. Hey, Gabby, go do it. All right, you can come out now. Unless you want to stay and be warm.
Joke's on you. I'm wearing your jacket. Oh, I put my knee in poop.
Oh, that's nice.
Look.
Oh, beautiful.
I.
Beautiful. So checking on everybody now that the sun's going down. And look at Jelly Bean warming up his butt. He's got his little tush right up against the heat lamp. So he's going to be nice and happy. Rocky's up there. I wish he'd come down for your perch in front of the light. Petrie's enjoying his light. And Zazu, where is Zazu? Zazu's up over there. But he loves his light. He'll probably come down too. You enjoying that, Petrie? Yeah? Nice and warm. Alright, so we got their Crocs with their water on, coming down right there. Got Cadmus and Lyra in here. We got TikTok right there. And then we've got Angelus right in there. They all have water flowing on them. We'll have that on all night. Come with the ground 72 degrees, keep them nice and warm. Feeding the fennec foxes now, so here's Sierra. And then Jet is in the log. He's munching down. She took a bunch of it in her mouth and ran away, and she's burying it. So, if you watch, let's see. Because before I could tell, she was eating some, like she's eating that. It seems like she eats a good bit, and then she'll take a bunch as just a mouthful and run away and bury it. Oh, trying to steal Jet's food. And here comes Jet. Grab a piece and ran. And then we have the new heated fox box right there, so I have to check on these guys later on tonight and make sure they're using it as the temperatures drop, and if they're not, we're gonna have to catch them.